The exam itself can take a toll on you. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Onyebuchi, and if it's your first time here, thank you so much for stopping by. If you've seen any of my previous videos, thank you for sticking with me. Please subscribe to my channel and join this family. Give this video a thumbs up and hit that notification bell so you'll be notified when I post my video. Yes. Now, in my previous video, I talked about me wanting to become a solicitor in the UK. Now, for a lawyer from a Commonwealth jurisdiction to practice as a solicitor in the UK, you will need to take a professional exam called QLTS, and it means Qualified Lawyers Transfer Scheme. And this is a professional legal exam that you need to take and pass to practice as a solicitor here. Now, this exam is divided into two parts. There's the MCT, called the Multi Choice Test, and then there's the OSCE. You'll have to pass both parts to practice as a solicitor, and then you need to pass the MCT to proceed to take the OSCE exam and then qualify. This video is going to be centered on my MCT experience, as this is the exam that I have taken, and yes, I have passed. So I'm going to be talking about my experience taking this professional exam. Now, before we dig deep into my MCT experience, it's be important to say that the procedure for practicing as a solicitor in the UK is about to change next year. So currently, we are still doing the QLTS type, but in 2021, SQE will be introduced, which is another professional transfer exam for foreign trained lawyers. So let's just put that out there. The MCT is a multi-choice test of 180 questions. It's a computer-based test as well. Now, this exam costs about £588 plus VAT. The exam holds twice a year, and you will need to book in time to get a slot. The exam is divided into a morning and an afternoon session of 2 hours 45 minutes each. It's an objective, so you select from the options given, you select the correct answer. However, no, you're not marked for incorrect answers, so each mark is given based on its own merit, so there is no wrong marking for wrong answers. Now, while preparing for this exam, you're not giving any textbook or materials to read. You will need to source them out by yourself. However, there is a scheme of work on their website telling you what you need to prepare on and what should be questioned on, but nobody's giving you any material, so you have to source your materials by yourself. However, there are a lot of tutors. I think there are three very known ones. There's QLTS Advantage, QLTS School, and Barbary. Great tutors, teach so well, help people pass all the time. However, people are more likely to want to refer you to use the QLTS school. Majority of people just think that's the best school, but it's your call, whichever one works best for you. Personally, I think that in preparing for this exam, your level of preparation just depends on your knowledge of the UK law. So if you did your undergrad in the UK and you were exposed to things like EU law, taxation, the English legal system, it will be easier for you to pass the exam. If you schooled in a foreign land like me, who schooled in Nigeria, some of the things are some of the courses are quite similar. So it's still the same thought, it's still the same equity, it's still the same contract, but there are some things that are indigenous to the UK, like the EU law, that we wouldn't have learned in Nigeria. So you will have to do extra little work to understand that. So really, the level of preparation just depends on how familiar you are with the UK law. When I was taking my exam, I met somebody who lives, practice, and is trained in India, and he was just telling me how it's a lot difficult for himself because English is not his first language. So you can see that his own struggle started from understanding English to understanding the textbook to understanding the exam. So there are levels to everything, like to understanding what you will need to do. However, I also think that you need at least 2 to 3 months to prepare for this exam. You need to read every day if you can. Even if you can't read every day, when you do read, try to read for at least 3 to 5 hours. Now, there is no cramming in this exam. right? You need to know the law, because the questions are usually based on legal scenarios that you must apply your knowledge of the law. No cramming. You also need to do a lot of mock exams. Like, I feel like the way to really pass is to read and to do mock, because if you just read the textbook, you would not know how to apply the law if you saw it in a question scenario. So what the mock does is to prepare you to see how these questions are set up in an examination situation. Also, it also helps to read in groups. I personally joined a WhatsApp group of Nigerian lawyers who had people that were trying to take the exam like me. So it was easy to share ideas, talk to each other, encourage one another, just tell people, oh, what you understand and what you honestly do not get, because basically most of the time a lot of people are tutoring themselves. So join a group, read with somebody, talk to somebody who has like minds, and just keep it going from there. Before your exam, you need to feel very rested. You need to eat a lot. Try to not, if you've prepared a lot before your exam, maybe like you read a few days, a week before, 2 days, a day before your exam, try to not read anything new. So if you should be reading, be revising. Rest, eat, because the exam itself can take a toll on you. You'll be looking at a computer for hours and trying to channel your mind into answering the question. So if you do not feel like fit, you would feel drained real quick. This is like true life story, what happened to me. Like, towards the end of my exam, I was just like, at some point I was already giving myself ginger, Buchi, you can make it, like I was running race. I was tired, I was stressed out. So try to feel like, just try to feel rested in your mind so that you have the energy to like keep it going. Another thing that would be great for you is if when you're doing your mocks, you try to time yourself. Now 2 hours 45 minutes seems like it's a lot of time, but it will shock you when the time is not enough. True story here. So it would be nice if you were training yourself in an exam condition and you knew how to utilize the entire time to finish your exam. So it can be very frustrating when you think you have 2 hours 45 minutes and you look up at the clock and you have 30 more questions to go and you are not done. It was a lot for me. So train yourself to time yourself so that you can use the amount of time that is given to answer all your questions. Like when I was hearing some of my colleagues saying, oh, I had enough time, I even like was done halfway through. I'm like, is it the same exam you wrote? And I just realized that it's because I wasn't training myself to utilize the time, and then I was writing the exam thinking I had a lot of time, and next thing, time had passed. So train yourself with using time so you can use the best of your time. It's always better when you finish your exam and you have enough time to go through what you've done before you would now submit, because regardless of whether you finish your exam or not, time is up, the computer goes off, your time is up. If it's not finished, too bad for you. In between the morning and afternoon session, there's a 1 hour break so you can rest and get ready for the afternoon session. I would advise you that during the break, try to not read seriously. Even if you must read, revise, eat, and rest your mind. You know, my friend was telling me if I take my exam, she's like, oh, you wouldn't even find the time to read. And when I was going, I packed all my books. I'm like, that 1 hour, I will jack. I mean, literally, the break I just started and I was thinking, God, what am I doing? You need to rest, and you definitely need to eat. You need to feel strengthened to go and face the exam. So utilize your break as much as you can by using it to like refresh your memory. Don't read anything new. You can revise to see if you're doing things right already, but trying to like put in new information in your brain instead of rest means will take a toll on you in your afternoon session. After your exams, try to not overthink it. Overthinking will not do anything for you, to be honest. Go home, relax your mind. The result takes 3 to 5 weeks to be out. So in that time, just don't try to like go back to your book and say, oh, did I take the right thing? Did I take the right thing? What will be, to be very honest. The pass mark for the MCT is not a stipulated mark. So it just really depends on how much people are passing in that exam at that particular time. So the pass mark usually ranges from 55% to about 60%. So basically, it really just depends. So the best thing to always is to try as much as you can to answer questions correctly, so you are way above the 60% mark, as I have never seen any pass mark that is more than 60 before. So more often than not, it will not exceed 60%. So just do your best and stay above the 60% mark. But I mean, if you do everything you read through, definitely you would be successful and you would come through. So those are my tips on how to successfully prepare for the MCT exam with a little bit of my personal experience in it. If you've taken this exam before and you have something to add or advice to put on, please leave your comments in the comment section below. If you have any question, don't hesitate to ask me. I'm here. You can comment, you can send me a message, whichever one you'd like. I'll also leave my email address down there in the description box. You can send me a mail if you want. I hope you've enjoyed my video. Please do not forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you at my next video. Bye bye.